When people think of Tyra Banks, they usually picture confidence, glamour, and success. She's the supermodel who broke barriers, the creator of a hit reality show, and a media mogul who inspired millions to dream bigger. For years, Tyra was celebrated as a symbol of empowerment, especially for young women who rarely saw themselves represented in fashion and television. But behind the polished image and motivational speeches, there's another side to the story, one filled with controversy, criticism, and uncomfortable moments that many fans still debate today. The rise of Tyra Banks is undeniably impressive. She became one of the most recognizable supermodels in the world during the 1990s, working with massive fashion brands and appearing on countless magazine covers. At a time when diversity in the fashion industry was extremely limited, Tyra shattered barriers for black models and opened doors that had previously been locked shut. She later transformed herself from model to businesswoman, creating the wildly successful TV show America's Next Top Model. The series wasn't just about fashion, it became a cultural phenomenon. Millions tuned in every week to watch contestants compete for a chance at becoming the next big supermodel. Tyra positioned herself as both mentor and life coach, constantly telling contestants to believe in themselves and smile through adversity. But over time, viewers started re-watching old episodes of the show with a completely different perspective. What once looked entertaining suddenly appeared uncomfortable, even disturbing. Social media exploded with clips from past seasons showing contestants being humiliated, emotionally manipulated, or pushed into situations they clearly didn't want to be part of. One of the biggest criticisms aimed at Tyra Banks is the way she allegedly used contestants' insecurities for entertainment. Many former participants claimed the show created emotionally exhausting environments designed to generate drama. Icy television rather than genuinely help aspiring models succeed. Contestants were often sleep-deprived, isolated from family, and constantly pressured to perform under intense stress. While reality TV is known for manipulation, critics argue that Tyra presented herself as a caring mentor while allowing toxic situations to unfold on camera. Some of the most controversial moments from America's Next Top Model involved makeovers forced upon contestants. Many participants broke down crying after having their hair shaved, dyed, or drastically altered against their wishes. In one infamous scene, Tyra scolded a contestant for not appreciating a makeover that left her visibly distressed. Fans later questioned why emotional breakdowns were treated as entertainment. Critics argued the show normalized the idea that young women should endure humiliation in pursuit of beauty or success. Another major criticism revolves around the bizarre and often offensive photoshoots contestants were required to participate in. Some challenges involved cultural stereotypes, racially insensitive concepts, or deeply uncomfortable themes. In one widely criticized episode, contestants were made to pose while portraying different ethnicities through makeup and styling, something many viewers now view as outright racist. At the time, the episode aired with relatively little backlash, but modern audiences were shocked when the clips resurfaced years later. Critics questioned how such ideas made it onto television in the first place and why Tyra, who frequently spoke about diversity and representation, approved them. Then there were the moments involving body image and beauty standards. Tyra often praised confidence and self-love publicly, but critics argue the show sometimes sent contradictory messages. Contestants were scrutinized for their weight, appearance, or personality traits in ways that many viewers now consider harmful. Some former participants claimed producers intentionally targeted insecurities to create emotional reactions. Tyra herself became known for delivering dramatic lectures that blurred the line between mentorship and public humiliation. While some contestants later defended her, others suggested the environment damaged their mental health long after filming ended. Perhaps one of the most talked about moments in Tyra Banks' career was her explosive confrontation with contestant Tiffany Richardson. In a now viral scene, Tyra screamed at Tiffany for not appearing emotional enough after being eliminated from the competition. Tyra insisted she had been rooting for Tiffany and wanted her to take the competition more seriously. The intense outburst became one of reality television's most infamous moments. At the time, some viewers saw Tyra's reaction as passionate tough love. But years later, many people re-examined the clip and viewed it differently. Critics argued Tyra appeared more concerned with creating a dramatic TV moment than understanding Tiffany's emotional state. The scene has since become symbolic of the darker side of reality competition shows. Beyond the controversies of her television empire, Tyra Banks has also faced accusations of hypocrisy. Throughout her career, she branded herself as a champion of empowerment and authenticity. She famously encouraged women to embrace their natural beauty and reject impossible standards. But critics argue some of her actions contradicted those messages. For example, while preaching body positivity, her shows often reinforced narrow beauty ideals and intense competition based on physical appearance. Some viewers felt Tyra promoted empowerment only when it fit neatly within the entertainment industry's expectations. The criticism intensified when old interviews and clips resurfaced online in the late 2010s and early 2020s. Younger audiences revisiting the show through streaming services began questioning behavior that had once been normalized on television. Suddenly, moments that aired as comedy or tough love looked cruel and exploitative. Social media users created compilations of problematic scenes, with many accusing Tyra Banks of contributing to toxic beauty culture. Some fans defended her, arguing the show reflected the standards and attitudes of its era. Tyra has occasionally responded to the backlash. In interviews, she acknowledged that some moments from the show would not be handled the same way today. She admitted there were things she learned over time and said she understood why people were re-evaluating older episodes. However, some critics felt her responses were too vague and avoided directly addressing the most controversial incidents. It's important to remember that Tyra Banks is far from the only reality TV figure criticized for problematic behavior. The early 2000s were filled with shows built around humiliation, emotional breakdowns, and unrealistic beauty ideals. Programs across multiple networks thrived on drama and public embarrassment because audiences consumed it eagerly. But Tyra's case stands out because she wasn't merely a host, she cultivated an image of mentorship, empowerment, and personal growth. Despite the criticism, Tyra Banks' impact on entertainment and fashion remains enormous. She helped redefine beauty standards in an industry notorious for exclusion. She created opportunities for aspiring models who otherwise might never have been seen. Many former contestants still praise her for encouraging them and opening doors in their careers. Even critics acknowledge that Tyra's success as a black woman in fashion and television was groundbreaking. The conversation surrounding her legacy is complicated because both things can be true head-on. See, she broke barriers while also participating in systems that harmed others. Whether people see Tyra Banks as an empowering trailblazer or a symbol of toxic reality TV culture often depends on which parts of her story they focus on. Supporters point to her achievements, influence, and contributions to representation in fashion. Critics focus on the humiliation, problematic challenges, and emotional manipulation associated with her shows. The truth probably lies somewhere in between. Like many powerful figures in entertainment, Tyra Banks helped shape an era that audiences are now re-evaluating in real time. And as that re-evaluation continues, more people are beginning to ask whether the glamorous empire she built came with a hidden cost nobody wanted to talk about. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with others.